So the British Journal of Sports Medicine have recently published on Instagram a really nice infographic about um, functional training and the injuries that you can get in it. And they talked about the different types of functional training, or what they considered in these particular articles that had been written for scientific papers and studies that had been done. And a lot of them, they looked at things like CrossFit and high intensity functional training, which is not something that I'd really thought of as functional training. So to me, myself, and I've chatted with a couple of other instructors since reading this, and I've decided, we were talking about what we considered functional training. And what we consider functional training seems to be very different from these studies that have been done recently, and that the British Journal of Sports Medicine decided to collate together and look at. See, most of us that teach classes and teach everyday people, certainly those of us that do any kind of sports therapy, would look at functional training as something that is functional to everyday life, rather than something that pushes your body to its extreme. So for instance, do I train my rotator cuffs to do an action like this? Well, yes, I do. Why would that action be functional? Well, in everyday life, I do that action every time I get in the car. I grab my seatbelt and I put my seatbelt on, and that to me is functional. What also is functional to me is taking a squat through its full range of motion. So rather than only squatting halfway down, which would be really good functional training when you sit on a chair, to take it all the way down means that you can actually bend down to get your washing out of the washing machine. Do we want to learn how to carry weights in hands on either side and walk? Well, yes, because that would be functional to getting our shopping out of the car or from the supermarket to wherever we're taking it home. So we generally carry 2 bags, one on each side. Would a suitcase lift be a really good functional training? Yes, if you're going on holiday, a one-sided lift picking up would be really functional and really useful. So for me, functional training is some training that you can put into everyday life. That to me is functional training. CrossFit to me isn't functional training. That's pushing your body to an extreme. Is there a place for that training? Yes, of course there is. But to me, it doesn't seem to be functional training. To me, functional training should fit with everyday life. So what do you do in your training that assists you, that you can function in everyday life? It might be to do with your job. For some people, if you're a hairdresser, you might want lots of upper body work. Massage therapists strengthen their arms. It depends on what you do every day to what is functional to you. So have a little think. What's in your training that makes things functional or makes things easier for you to do in everyday life?